It's Flashcards Friday. Today, I'm going to keep focusing on Earth Day because it's really important to me, and we're focusing on something urgent: how we can take care of our planet as AI slowly but surely impacts the environment. AI is transforming our world in incredible ways, but behind the scenes, it is consuming vast amounts of energy and resources. If we are not careful, this rapid technological growth could accelerate environmental damage in ways that will be difficult and almost impossible to reverse. Today, I'm going to explore how you can put pressure on big companies and data centers to act responsibly, simple steps that you can take to curb your personal energy use, and what we need to know about energy-hungry activities and how we can slow down or plateau energy consumption. But first, a quick word from my advertisers. Data centers are the beating heart of AI. These massive facilities house the servers and the computers that power everything from your voice assistant to AI-generated art. But here is the catch. Data centers consume enormous amounts of electricity. Estimates suggest that data centers worldwide use about 1% of global electricity. That's huge, and that number is growing fast as AI models become larger and more complex. Most of this energy still comes from fossil fuels as well, which means more carbon emissions and more strain on our planet's health. This is why it's critical to hold these companies accountable. So, what can you do? First, demand transparency. Ask companies, whether it's your cloud provider, your favorite AI tool, or your social media platform, about their energy sources and carbon footprints. Many companies publish sustainability reports like Ecosia. I love Ecosia. But it's not always easy to find or understand. By asking questions and sharing information, you help create pressure for clearer, more honest reporting. Second, support green policies. Advocate for regulations that require data centers to use renewable energy and to disclose their environmental impact. This is so important. Governments can play a huge role here by setting standards and incentives that push the tech industry towards sustainability. Third, vote with your wallet. Choose services and products from companies that commit to sustainability. Some tech giants are investing in green data centers powered by wind, solar, or hydroelectric energy. That's good. Supporting these companies sends a clear message that environmental responsibility matters to consumers. Finally, use your voice on social media and in your community. Share articles, start conversations, and highlight the environmental costs of AI and data centers. Awareness is the first step toward change. There is hope. Some companies have already made strides in powering data centers with renewable energy and improving energy efficiency. That's awesome. These examples show that a sustainable tech future is possible, but only if we keep pushing for it and keep recognizing it and calling for more of it. Okie doke, let's move on. Simple actions you can do to curb personal energy use. While corporate responsibility is crucial, individual actions can matter too. It's marginal, but every little bit helps. Our daily digital habits collectively add up to significant energy use. So let's start with something simple but surprising: emails. Every email you send or receive requires energy to store and transfer data. Multiply that by billions of emails daily, and the energy use is staggering. Large attachments, unnecessary carbon copies, and spam emails all contribute to this load. So, a simple way is to declutter your inbox regularly. Unsubscribe to newsletters you don't read, and think twice before sending an email, especially if a quick phone call or a message would do. I like phone calls. It's always nice to hear a voice on the other end. Next, consider your use of AI-generated media. And that includes images, videos, and audio created by AI tools. These require intense computational power to produce, meaning they consume a lot of electricity. Using these tools sparingly or for essential projects can reduce your digital carbon footprint. And as a quick note, when all of this was a boom, I was actually using these things and I made a big mistake. I wasn't doing my research. I should have learned, and this is just me being transparent. I have stopped using these tools because it's not good for the planet. All right, other everyday habits can help too. Turn off devices when they are not in use instead of leaving them on standby. Use energy-saving settings on your phone, computer, and other gadgets. Avoid autoplay videos on websites and apps which consume data and power unnecessarily. Be mindful of cloud storage. Storing large files online requires energy to maintain servers. Delete files you don't need anymore. When streaming videos or music, choose lower resolutions when high definition isn't necessary. Finally, charge devices with renewable energy if you can. Solar panels for home charging are becoming more accessible. Like your Ring cameras, use a solar panel. Remember, small changes add up. When millions of people reduce their energy use, it sends a signal to tech providers that sustainability matters. And it also reduces the immediate demand on power grids and data centers. Finally, have awareness of energy-intensive activities and how to slow consumption. To make lasting change, we need to understand what consumes the most energy in the digital world and how to slow or plateau that consumption. Some of the biggest energy hogs include AI model training and operations. Training large AI models can consume as much electricity as several households do in a year. Running these models continuously to provide services adds to the load. All right, how about cryptocurrency mining? This process requires huge amounts of computing power to verify transactions, often running 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Then there's streaming high-definition video. Watching 4K or higher resolution videos demands significant bandwidth and energy. And finally, constant cloud syncing and backups. While they are convenient, these activities require data centers to work nonstop. And as a side note, the auto-syncing on Microsoft sucks because once you hit that max, you have to figure out what to do next, and it's just a giant time suck. So yeah, the cloud syncing thing is not fun in every possible way. It consumes energy and it consumes your life. So what can we do? Supporting the development and adoption of energy-efficient AI models is key. Researchers are working on ways to build AI that requires less computing power without sacrificing performance. Encouraging companies to invest in these innovations can make a big difference. We also need regulation and standards that limit energy consumption in tech industries. Policies can set caps on emissions and require transparency, pushing companies to innovate greener solutions. Promoting renewable energy investments and energy-saving infrastructure in data centers is essential. Some companies are already building data centers near renewable energy sources or using advanced cooling techniques to reduce electricity use. Another promising approach is edge computing, which processes data locally on devices rather than sending everything to the cloud. This reduces the need for constant data transfer and server use, lowering energy consumption. At the community and policy level, pushing for incentives for sustainable technology and supporting research into carbon-neutral computing can accelerate progress. Finally, we need a personal mindset shift. We really do. More data, more AI, and more digital consumption aren't always better. You don't need to write that AI song, and I'm guilty of that too. That needs to stop. Valuing quality over quantity in digital content, being mindful of our habits, and understanding the environmental footprint of our digital lives can help us make smarter choices. So, to wrap up, here are 3 flashcards. First, ask and advocate. Hold tech companies accountable for their environmental impact. Ask companies about their energy sources and carbon footprints. Support policies that require transparency and renewable energy use. Use your voice on social media to raise awareness. Second, cut digital waste. Find simple digital habits to reduce your energy footprint. Declutter your inbox, send fewer unnecessary emails, limit AI-generated media use, turn off devices when not in use, and choose lower streaming resolutions. Okay, the third one, choose mindfully. Look for ways to slow down energy-intensive digital consumption. Prioritize quality over quantity in digital content. support energy-efficient technology, and be mindful of your digital habits to help reduce demand on data centers. AI's benefits are undeniable, but they must not come at the expense of our planet's health. The energy demands of AI and digital technology are growing, and without action, this growth risks accelerating environmental damage. The good news is that we each have power, both as individuals and as part of a collective, to drive change. By putting pressure on big companies, curbing our own energy use, and advocating for smarter, greener technology, we can help shape a sustainable future. So on this Earth Day, let's remember that just like ecosystems can recover with care, so can our relationship with technology if we act wisely and urgently. Thank you so much for listening to Flashcards Friday. And if you want to hear the longer podcast about AI and what we can do to help the planet, go back to Wednesday's episode and give it a listen. Also, if you get a chance and you visit mathsciencehistory.com, be sure to click on that coffee button and make a donation, because every donation you make helps to keep this podcast up and running. In the meantime, let's keep learning, let's keep acting, and let's keep protecting our beautiful, wondrous, gorgeous planet every single day. As we approach the month of May, I will be taking my birthday month off to get my ducks in a row and to celebrate. And so that being said, feel free to go through my entire backlog of podcasts. I think I'm over 200 now, and give them all a listen. And until June, carpe diem.